don't know. Keep that or not.
Keep it.
Welcome to Opposites Distract. I'm Jared.
I'm Bo.
We're very excited. Bo only wants to talk about Bad Bunny, but I've convinced him in the Super Bowl halftime show, but I've convinced him to talk about other things, including a Leonardo DiCaprio movie, which the one major director who didn't direct it said he's already watched it 3 times. It's one of the best movies he's ever seen, and you saw it. And we're talking about 2 Netflix shows, Wayward, which is trending in top 5-ish. That's going to, I think, going to have a lot of controversy around it, and then Guinness, House of Guinness.
Yeah, dude.
Yes,
dude.
Yeah. That and so much more on the latest episode of Opposites Distract. And make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Please.
We're everywhere.
It helps.
All right, so
Yes.
I will let you decide what we talk about first, because I don't want you to be all like weird about it.
Well, let's talk about let's talk about Bad Bunny.
You better not.
It's clearly the most important thing that everyone needs to know about, that he's the halftime Super Bowl halftime fella.
Well, okay, so let's get into it.
All right, go.
One, when I heard it, I was like, wait, what? And if anyone said it was on their bingo card that Bad Bunny was going to be the Super Bowl halftime show, you're a liar. No one thought it. Doesn't mean he's not talented. Doesn't mean he's, you could throw the stats. Oh, he was, the #1 selling artist in 2022 when it comes to international touring. All that, fine. I love him as an actor. I think he's great in Happy Gilmore too. You said Bullet Train. You liked him in
Bullet Train. I saw him in Bullet Train. That was like the best for that role, because he didn't have any dialogue. He was just a hitman with a knife. He was on Vendetta. Loved it. What's on my phone?
Yeah, and SNL, he was good on that.
Say something. Defend my honor.
Okay. Hey. Perdóname que mi mujer es un clavo ardiendo en el culo.
That's right. He's about to beat your ass.
Pues la mía también. Y le tengo miedo. Yo sé que se supone que no digamos que las mujeres están locas, pero esta está loca.
You hear that? He's gonna go loca on you.
He's obviously sold millions and millions of records. Problem, in my opinion, this is like the most American sporting event. You don't have to be American. He has very few songs in English at all. Mm-hmm. And it should have applied to me, the Super Bowl, and I feel this about any artist, whether they're a Jason Aldean or an Eric Church in country. Yes, they sell it everywhere they go. Zach Bryan just sold out a 110,000 seat venue.
Yeah.
And he's
massive,
but he
massive
wouldn't be
fans.
good for the Super Bowl,
right?
Because he doesn't have wide appeal. Mm-hmm. You got to appeal to people in their 20s, all the way up, or even younger, to their 60s and above. And to me, Bad Bunny appeals to a lot of people that are younger and a lot of international people, which is fine. But
where's the viewership coming from for this sporting event? It's got to be coming from
US, America,
right? And so it's got to be also for people who probably aren't in their teens. Most of them. I mean, there's some probably watch the Super Bowl, but they're watching the halftime show. Okay, but I don't viewership wise. I don't know how it makes sense financially. I don't know what goes behind the scenes. But they have to do it for free. That's one thing.
It is free because they get such a huge. Even now, Bad Bunny on all the streaming platforms. He's number one, just being announced, just like that, right away, because the interest is there. Mm-hmm. But it's most of the songs not in English, like not in English. And then what's the K-pop band? I already forgot. BTS. They're huge. They had huge songs here. None of them speak English. I don't know. Would that work?
What happened to Whoop'em Gangnam Style?
Whoop'em Gangnam Style.
You know that, dude? Remember that was a thing?
Yeah, that was a great song.
It was such a hit. That and What Does the Fox Say? I don't know what's happening in 2013.
And that was a parody.
What does the fox say?
That was a parody, but it
was huge.
Then we had those guys do it. But Gangnam Style make him halftime show.
At this point, apparently.
But he only has one. Well, he has other songs, but no one knows them.
Yeah, and then Bad Bunny, a lot of his Billboard Top 100 hits or Top 10 hits, where he's a guest on somebody else's song. Oh. So I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, people are going to watch it. Yes, of course. Another issue, he canceled his U.S. tour because of U.S. immigration policies. So
it's tricky timing.
It's a little bit like...
How is this going to get resolved then?
It's not.
Did he cancel because of he didn't agree with it?
He didn't agree with it.
Okay,
it was like an anti-ICE type thing, and that's totally fine. I'm totally fine with that. But then they're like, you're like, I'm standing on principle. And they're like, you want a Super Bowl halftime show? Yep.
Yes, I do.
I'm back.
You don't have to ask me twice.
I'll do it for free. You don't have to pay me.
But somehow it's become political, and people are like,
everything's becoming political.
And if you don't like him, then like, oh, you're clearly racist. No.
Yeah.
I don't want Zach Bryan or Jason Aldean. I don't want any of these guys doing it.
Yeah.
To me, maybe because I love sports, the halftime show should be You say their name, Madonna, boom.
Boom. Rolling Stones, boom.
You know it. And it,
The Beatles,
even when it was,
Elvis Presley.
You do know Elvis is dead, right?
No, Elvis is not dead. He just went home.
or Dr. Dre. Everyone, I mean, you know Snoop. You know it.
You know it.
You don't have to be like,
Billie
who?
Holiday. You know.
The number one comment today on like all sorts of different sites were, who's Bad Bunny? Because yes, you have a lot. We know because we're super cool. We're super cool.
We're cool old guys.
Yeah,
Kinda.
I mean,
He's a lot older than me.
like real young or whatever.
Whatever the kids are saying nowadays.
So I mean, it's going to happen.
It's gonna fail. We've hit like this drought of Super Bowl halftime performances.
It's
been a
going,
drought.
It's been going downhill.
It's been really going
Kendrick
downhill.
Lamar was not good.
No.
And I like Kendrick Lamar. His Super Bowl halftime show had like one of the worst reviewed ones.
Yes.
I think the Eminem, Dre, Snoop was highly reviewed, but that was a few years back. The Weeknd was pretty well done. But Maroon 5, people complain about all of them, but I just want something that has tons of hits. That's it. That's all I say. Tons of crossover hits or like Taylor Swift. They fumbled the bag on that. Now, you were saying something before we started.
Well, yeah, apparently she turned it down because she wasn't going to get paid for it. It's like, woman, do you not have enough?
Julie, like, don't be so greedy.
Did you just make like $2 billion in the last 2 years or something like
Right.
that? Like, how much more do you want? A $10,000 stipend? Like, what is she expecting? I don't get it.
Right, and as soon as she announces it, or announces she's it, first of all, it would have been the biggest thing. It'd be the biggest announcement probably since Michael Jackson. Like, Taylor Swift's the halftime show because Michael Jackson.
Has she never done it?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Massive fumble then.
Yeah, massive fumble.
I thought she'd already done it.
I don't believe that she wanted money. I think that's some weird spin that they're putting out there. She's too smart of a business person. She knows if it is about money, she knows her sales just go through the roof even more. And it's a win-win for the...
Yeah.
But maybe somebody was saying that, some report is out there that, no, she's doing because she was really big on artists, and artists need to make what they deserve. And so that's why we should start charging them for letting us do the halftime show. Well, they'll say, no, thanks. We're going to get 150 million people watch anyway. It might be less because of the halftime show. That people might dip out if they're like, I don't know who Bad Bunny is, or if it was a Post Malone. I don't know who. Maybe there's people who don't know
I think they
Post
should
Malone.
do away with it and just have great commercials the whole halftime. Like put the halftime just awesome commercials that all these companies put all the market. That would draw attention just as much as some, because again, funny commercials, great original commercials appeal to everyone. It doesn't matter what you are.
That's true.
But halftime, it feels like, again, things have been just a fever pitch in every way. It's
I
like
know.
people are like divided. It's like us versus you. It's like, if we just did great commercials, just funny commercials, I think it would be a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, you can't make everyone happy. If you pick Taylor Swift, there'd be people, oh, I'm so sick and tired of Taylor Swift, whatever. But she appeals to so many people.
She does.
And she's a huge star, and I think you would get it. Adele was rumored. I didn't think it was a good choice because her songs are slow. But she's a big... Yeah, that's good. We'll keep going.
No, that's the only word I know. Because there's two songs. It's
About
like,
Rolling in the
hello, it's me you're looking for, from the 80s.
Yeah,
but
Lionel
then there's
Richie.
this one, hello. And so I don't know which one's.
So you know a bunch of Hello songs.
I do.
I mean, the first part of the Hello. That was really
That's
impressive.
that word. Thanks, man.
Do you
I
know-
took voice
you don't know
training
Rolling in the Deep?
lessons. Rolling in the Deep.
Adele.
Is that a
We were literally talking about Skyfall the other day.
Don't act like you don't know us.
Oh, you like that one. Skyfall.
Well, it's because
of
James
producer
Bond.
Deja.
It's because of James
Yeah.
Bond. It's not
Yeah.
because of her. Again, everything in my mind is coordinating to movies. Speaking of movies,
Yes.
let's talk about Leo.
Okay.
Let's talk about potentially the best performance he's ever done. And
That's
what
saying a
I
lot.
think is probably going to sweep Oscars.
Okay.
One battle after another.
And this will be odd, a September movie sweeping the Oscars.
It was profound. One battle after another. And what made this so cool, Paul Thomas Anderson, PTA, as he's known in the business, he did No Country for Old Men. One of the greatest,
yes.
some consider the greatest American cinema movie of all time.
I think we've talked before, the greatest villain of all time, or one of
Yes.
the greatest movie villains of
Daniel
all time.
Plainview. Yes.
Yeah.
No. It's scary good. Him and Billy Butcher. Again, Daniel Day-Lewis doing his thing. This movie was original. This movie was funny. This movie had heart. This movie, if some people are getting, again, dramatized on the politics of, oh, this, I don't like this, I don't like this, just like everyone does nowadays. But as far as originality goes, Benicio del Toro, and
He's so good.
There was an actress, and she was played his daughter in the film. It's her first movie
Really?
she's ever
Jesus.
done.
What a get. What is the basic premise? I feel like I saw the preview, and then I was like, oh, wait. And then I think you were telling me, or somebody told me that they're using cameras from like the 70s for a certain look. And I'm
Yeah.
like, is it based in the 70s?
No,
Oh,
I'm just going to give
okay.
it that kind of.
I got you.
You
Okay.
know, that artistic look. God, why did I get found this?
So like one battle after.
Did you just include her and her name in here? Whatever. Afterwards, I can't find her name. But anyway, first movie ever, and she gets this opposite Leo.
Whoa, who's this?
Oh, they're just my friends.
Now, is that a he or a she or a they?
It's not that hard. They, them.
Okay, I just want to be polite.
And she does amazing. They're saying that Leo's gonna get potentially Oscar nommed. The film itself, the director, supporting, like 2 or 3 different supporting actors, and it was Sean Penn, one of the best bad guys you'll see. Like,
Penn's in it.
Sean Penn is one of my favorite roles I've ever seen him in. He's such an asshole, and you're rooting against him the whole time.
I don't know if he's acting. But.
Yeah, he kind of seems, but dude, I'm telling
you,
good.
He's a great actor.
Phenomenal.
What is it about, basically?
Like a few spoiler alerts.
No, please don't.
I'm not going to get too spoilers, but basically it's a man's daughter is taken from the government for certain reasons, and then he is tracking her down. Okay, and he's the help of Benicio del Toro.
That's right. Then now it's ringing true.
Yeah, but the trailer is not clear. The trailer's
like, a little like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Now, I hope they do like the other movie that we saw recently about kidnapping. They just play a saxophone for like the whole time, like they did in the Denzel movie.
That's the new way of doing it.
Yeah, just the whole time.
Lowest to lower.
Yeah, the worst to worst.
No, it really was. It was a juxtaposition. Probably the best movies I've seen all year for sure. I mean, top 3 probably.
Okay, put you on the spot.
Oh, I love this.
Top 3. I don't want to do Mount Rushmore because I know you think it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people on Mount Rushmore. And that's fine. That's what you want to do. It's my truth.
It's my truth.
Top 3 off the top of your head, DiCaprio movies. Oh, 3 to 1.
I'll do 3. I don't know.
Do 3. That'd be top 3. Okay.
One, I think is slept on. Well, okay. Number 1, his best movie of all time, Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay,
that is number 1.
That's a good one.
If you haven't seen it,
he's great.
It's rough, but people, even the critics, saying this is the best acting Leo's ever done. Mm-hmm. And he's just phenomenal all the way through. Scorsese, of course, directed it. Phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, number 2. I'm going to go with, oh, God.
It's hard.
The Revenant.
Revenant's very good.
Revenant.
He's up on that horse.
Yeah, dude. It's Hugh Glass, the real American foreigner. What are they called? Frontiersman.
Yeah.
Frontiersman. That'd be number 2. And number 1.
It's probably the movie he was the ugliest in.
Yeah. Well, he went like hard. He was doing some method stuff in there. And he's a vegetarian. And so even on set, that he actually did eat that big beef liver or deer liver. He took big hunks out of it and was eating it. And it's a vegetarian. That's dedication.
Yeah, and your boy Bane's in it.
Tom Hardy, yeah. Dude, you
Gotham's reckoning.
You better just slow down when you're talking about Tom Hardy. Okay?
But I didn't know I kept talking about Gotham during The Revenant.
Tom Hardy, something cool about him. He loves jiu-jitsu.
I love jiu-jitsu. I'm very good at it. I love jiu-jitsu.
If you haven't seen it, he's a baller.
I love that dude.
He is not a pretender.
The only thing I don't, and I know it's money, and one of them was good, was the, the Marvel movies.
Venom?
God, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Venom 1 was good. The rest were, it was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'd take the money.
Okay. The third Leo. Again, this one is the most slept on. Great Gatsby.
Good one.
Great. Dude.
He selects his roles well.
He does. And he's the one who told Timothy Chalamet. He said, no hard drugs, no comic book movies. That's his status for how to have a successful acting career.
Okay.
Timothy asked him, and that was the advice. He said, no hard drugs and no
and women 25 and under. He's doing that pretty good.
He's turning into Jack Nicholson. If you haven't seen his side-by-side comparison, have you seen that?
No.
Where there's like a side-by-side of Jack Nicholson at his age and Leo
currently, that's funny.
And how they're like literally mirroring each other as they get older.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but they're both just incredible.
Oh, I hate the fact that he's retired, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, he's getting on up there.
I mean, I think he has dementia. But not to bring the show down. But
he does. He did. Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why he stopped acting. There's some form of it. There's it's not good.
And then Bruce Willis has the same thing.
Because they had him, I think, at the SNL 50, and I think he said one line.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sandler. Let's hear it for Jack, baby. Jack made it out tonight.
And they were kind of nervous. He was sitting with Sandler, and they said he nailed it. And then they're like, oh, gosh, because they were worried he might forget or, But
so sad.
My top 3, yours is good. I would think when I say some of these, you're going to be like, oh. And number 3, Inception. Oh, Inception is money, dude.
Yeah, dude, you can't do 3 Leo movies. It's got to be top 5.
Yeah, it's got to be top 10. I mean, because there's the ones you forget about.
Gangs in New York.
Yeah, you're right. All right, at number 2, I really did enjoy Wolf of Wall Street. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually flip those. 3, Wolf of Wall Street. 2, Just because Inception, when you're done, you're like, what just happened? I mean, it's Christopher Nolan, but he was really good in that. And I do think his best role acting wise, and this is a tough one, Shutter Island.
That's a great one.
He's so good in that, and a great movie.
Great twist. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. If you want a twist of a movie, you will not see that.
And I think that's a DiCaprio movie. Me too. And I think it's a DiCaprio movie when people that's either they haven't seen it or it just gets lost in all of his other like bigger movies.
Yeah.
And you notice we didn't say Titanic.
No, it's definitely not even top 5 for me.
No.
And we got The Town.
You seen that,
dude? Yeah, The Town. Not that. I'm sorry. The Departed. I'm sorry.
Oh, Departed is so
Departed.
good. Yes, with Matt Damon and literally everyone else.
And Jack Nicholson. Yeah. Mark Wahlberg, a phenomenal gangster movie. One of the top 3.
And What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I never saw it, but I know people are like, oh my gosh, you never saw that. But apparently he was like 13 or 14 and was great in that. I think he was nominated.
I saw today actually that when that movie came out, a lot of the critics, a lot of like people watching the movie were like, good for him. You know, we need more special needs people in the movies. And for a while, people thought, in articles, stuff like that, he was autistic or whatever Gilbert Grape had.
Right.
Was he Gilbert Grape? I thought that was Johnny Depp's character. It was Gilbert Grape.
I don't remember, to be honest.
So yeah, go see it. Go see it.
But
One battle after another.
I think DiCaprio's character in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, I don't remember his name, but he was definitely like a Tylenol baby.
You think?
Yeah.
Breaking
Which is like
news.
That's the new term for everything.
Is
that's
it really?
the new R word.
haven't.
You're a TB. You're a Tylenol baby.
No kidding.
Yeah, because
of what the announcement.
They announced it.
Catch our viewers up. We didn't.
Right. RFK and Trump said that they cited a Harvard study that gets lost because Trump mispronounced acetaminophen, and they're like, "I'm not going to take advice from anyone who says the name wrong." I'm like, okay, are we in 3rd grade? But okay, fine. I get how it goes out there. For whatever. And RFK talks like this.
I remember when they first invented chocolate.
They're like, can they just have someone
like a
else?
South Park episode, is writing itself.
Can they just have? Could they have a doctor just go out there and just say it?
Dr. Fauci.
Can they have another doctor go out and say it?
We got a doctor lined up.
But and they said and this just came out. The Harvard study came out in August that stated they've shown in this study increased risk of autism and other neurological disorders. Increased risk. And they even said doesn't mean they're guaranteed to get it if you're taking that while pregnant. And then so of course people shoot the messenger. But they said we also have other studies that show no real link. So what we're doing is we're going to put an extra warning just to remind people on the label from.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, it's people are like, oh my gosh, they're saying you're going to get, and they're against Tylenol. No, and it's so funny. Tylenol put out a tweet in 2017 replying to consumers. They have since come, try to backtrack on it. They're like, we don't recommend any pregnant women taking Tylenol ever.
Really?
Yeah. And then they didn't delete it, luckily, but the tweets they're like, well, we just say consult with your doctor.
I wish your mom got that memo way back when.
Well,
there'll be a lot less issues I'm having to deal with.
No, seriously, with we were just after church, and maybe not the best thing, but my son Eli was talking about 6'7". Deja, please tell me you're not on the 6'7".
I know he died. 6'7".
It's the new brain rot.
Okay.
Like no matter what, if you're like. They're like, oh, you see the score of the game? And it's like 6. They're like, it's 6'7", 6'7". It comes from like a rapper, and he said it in a thing, and it's kind of like either or whatever, but it also means a million different things, so that it gets overused.
6'7".
Okay.
Like if you're like, I was like, oh, how's the DiCaprio movie? 6'7". I'm like, is that good? 6'7".
Well, that actually may be an answer because like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm thinking it's a 6 or 7.
You would think they were saying a 6'7", but that doesn't even mean that at all. It's the most ridiculous thing of all time.
I don't get any of the lingo. We've talked about this. The kids say nowadays. It makes no sense.
I'm so confused.
And they even agree the 6'7" is stupid. Because I've asked my kids, like, what does it mean when you say it?
I don't know.
That's cool.
Kids just
But we're leaving it. So he was doing the 6'7". It was his birthday. And he was in a group text with our family. And, everyone's like, we love you, Eli. And they're sending photos with him.
6'7".
And he's like, 6'7" mid. Like, he's like trying to be funny. I'm like, dude, stop. Like, your Nana's on it. She doesn't, like, she's like, what's 6'7"?
She's going to think she has dementia talking to you.
What? When we see...
I feel like I have dementia talking to you.
Dude.
And I said, Mom, remember his mom had a lot of Tylenol. And it actually got a laugh from everybody.
They did, yeah. So maybe it's
It's
not
a
his
TB.
fault.
Yeah.
Really, speaking of not fault, it is your fault, viewers. It's your fault if you haven't seen House of Guinness on Netflix. This show is a work of art.
Can I be honest?
This is from the creator. No, shut up.
Sorry, sir.
Creator of Peaky Blinders.
It looks like it.
It's, in my opinion, one of the best shows of the year.
Okay. How many episodes have you watched?
5.
Okay. To be fair, because we agreed we're going to watch an episode,
yes,
and
yes,
I
yes.
started watching it, and I'll be honest, I broke my binge watching rule. I judged it within 15 minutes and I turned it off.
Oh.
Because I was bored out of my mind. I'm like, is this all about Guinness beer? Like, I don't need some agenda driven from the big alcohol companies.
Oh, that's right.
No, I don't care. No. It's not
it all makes sense now.
Yeah,
Got it. You can't like anything with
No, it's
alcohol
not
in
that.
it. All right, so
I like Breaking Bad.
It's Stephen
It's not
Knight.
alcohol, though.
Stephen Knight is the creator of this show, and he's one who did Peaky Blinders, and it has that same aesthetic. And it's set in Ireland, 1860 area, and so the timepiece. I love timepieces.
You do.
I love a nice because it's so ornate compared to like shooting something nowadays. It's
Like
just,
Hot Tub Time Machine. Am I misunderstanding timepiece?
I think you maybe maybe somewhere along the line you missed it. It's actually
Tylenol.
set in a different. Yeah, that's what it is. Different time period.
Anytime I say something stupid for now on, Deja or a producer, just put Tylenol underneath me.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
So
All
just have a sponsor about. We'll get sued probably. Like we do not.
We
endorse
love
these
Tylenol.
message.
I'm a product of Tylenol.
Clearly.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. Anyway, show's perfect. I don't know how you don't like this.
I only gave 15 minutes, and my rule is you have to give 2 or 3 episodes. I broke my own rule. I was like, I was just in a weird
if you
mood.
think it's just about beer, like it's
I know
a whole
it's not.
massive story. Like
I
it
know.
unfolds, and if it's a true story, much like the Peaky Blinders was taken from like real life events. Now
Right.
it wasn't a true story about the Shelby family, but it was based upon this gang in Birmingham in the 1920s. And this is the same thing. It's not a documentary, or it's not like here's everything exactly how it happened. It's a story, but it's profound how well it's shot because it's such a pretty show. Some shows you watch, like we're going to talk about next, I guess. You watch and you're just like, oh, this looks like it's a student film. This looks
Right.
like you literally wrote this in like a weekend at summer camp. This does not have any value. Whereas the opposite is like that
Right.
English style. Sometimes the English style, they're so detail oriented because again, it's William Shakespeare, the king of it all. It comes from that area, and that's just their style. They're very different than American actors, American storytellers for the most part. That's why they get a lot of the American roles, even though they're British, and they have to pretend to be American. It's very rare that an American gets a role in a British show and makes a British accent.
I say, how's my automobiling?
Very rarely.
That is very true, yeah.
Very rarely at this day. Can you do a British accent? Most of the time, it's the Brits who are like able to get these roles because they're trained properly and they have an appreciation for it, and things are just they take their time versus rushing it out. We're a business, U.S. Our
Art be
industry.
damned.
Yeah, it's just like boom. Exactly. It's just boom, 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 boom. Like throw it all out there. Whereas let's take our time. Let's make sure this is right and perfect. And they're performing and making art, in my opinion. That's why these shows that Stephen Knight does are just second to none.
Does anyone get murdered in it?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
You need it, dude.
I told Anna, my girlfriend, I was like, I broke my own rule. I was 15 minutes in. I just kind of gave up on it. I said, that's not fair. So
Can
I know
tell you something?
Yes.
The show you told me about, I watched it last night in bed, and I paused it about every 5 minutes to see how much longer was left because I told you that I was going to watch this whole episode, and then at the end I was like, thank Christ that's over. That is just horrible.
That's dedication. That is dedication.
The show is
Wayward. So I saw Toni Collette. I love Toni Collette.
yeah,
she's
great.
a great actress. I loved her in Hereditary.
Just don't you swear at me, you little shit. Don't you ever raise your voice at me. I am your mother. Do you understand? All I do is worry and slave and defend you. And all I get back is that face on your face.
Where I'm like, how is she so underrated as an actress?
Liv says, I don't like watching her really anymore because of Hereditary.
Hereditary messed me up, dude.
Messed up a lot of people.
And we'll get into a Halloween episode.
We absolutely will.
Hereditary though is underrated. You think of anyway, we'll get into that. But Toni Collette, I love her as an actress. She plays like a creepy,
off a little bit, just
a little off. She like runs this school for wayward teens. And so you're watching it, and I'm like, oh, I like the premise. It starts off with some teenager escaping and like jumping off and get cut up.
It was a good hook.
Yeah, and I'm like, ooh,
good hook.
And then it cuts to, and take it for what it's worth, it cuts to what you find out to be the main character. It's like a lesbian couple. I'm like, all right, whatever, I don't care. And maybe there'll be a scene, but the one was pregnant, so I'm like, oh. And so I was like, okay, and they're in tall pines.
Do they address that? I've only literally watched one episode.
No.
So, but maybe later on they do. Maybe they address it
Anna's
like
further than I am because I kind of gave up on Wayward. But
okay.
But it's top 3 show so far.
Oh,
but
it said number 1 on Netflix last
it was
night.
number 1. It beat out, like, kicked out like some
dude. Yeah, Jason Bateman's new show.
his movie, or Black Rabbit.
Black
show,
Rabbit, which again we haven't talked about that.
I know, a little bit.
They came out with Wayward, House of Guinness, and Black Rabbit within like 2 weeks of each other.
Yeah,
that's insanity.
Right.
Like regardless, the Wayward, I don't like the show. I don't like the premise. I think it's whatever. It's average. It's mid. It's
6, 7. I
think the writing's bad. It's 6, 7.
It's so 6, 7, and the writing's bad. Like I said, it felt cheap. It felt like anyone could come up with this story.
Yeah. Felt
again, haven't
ChatGPT
finished
story.
it. Again, professional reviewers here. I haven't finished it, but from what I've seen, I'm like, but no, they came out with those 3 back to back to back.
Yeah, they got a lot of content,
Yeah.
good content.
And what's exciting, not to put the cart before the horse here, but in film production, if you have a film that before you'd have it at Hallmark, for example, you have a Hallmark film going to Hallmark. This last week, Netflix and Hallmark made a deal that all Hallmark original content is going to be on Netflix.
Yay, Christmas miracle!
Oh.
So what that's going to do, it's going to allow so many
Many
more
more people.
eyes
Ooh,
on
that's
these
good for
Hallmark
you.
films. It's great because that was what our production is working on right now.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Not going to go through
Right,
anything,
right.
really, but so that is a very healthy, happy merger for us to see that
Absolutely.
come through. So again,
Well, it's like Suits was on USA Network and no one really watched
Yeah.
it. It goes to Netflix, is the number 1 show in the world for a long time.
yeah, or like Seinfeld on NBC, no one cared.
Right, that show.
And
It was
Friends,
Yeah,
no one
even heard of
cares.
it.
Yeah, it's like
is it The Orifice?
Goes to
Office,
Netflix,
The Office,
and then
whatever.
it's like a hit. It's like
And
great.
then yeah, it's
But sometimes it does,
It does happen,
good
though.
that you can actually see, and this was disheartening because you see Wayward's number 1 and House of Guinness is like number 2. I'm thinking, what is going on?
Right.
And then it's like, oh, the youth are watching so many more hours of these kind of Wayward shows, or like a Riverdale or whatever, versus a House of Guinness or a Peaky Blinders. They're not going to take the time. It's too slow.
Right,
Like
that's probably true, yeah.
Tylenol. TikTok generation.
Tylenol.
And give me 5 more Tylenol bottles.
bottles, which is funny because, well, not funny, but the people, everything's political. It's so annoying. But if you can find the clip of Norm Macdonald talking about he doesn't want to make things political. He'll bring up things that aren't political. He's like, I don't want to get political, and he talks about like eating bread.
Take everything you know about bread and throw it out the window. Okay? Did you do that?
I did.
Great. Now, let me tell you about a little invention I made. Bread.
You have to see it. But
it is a little hard to dance around nowadays.
It is. And so then there's pregnant women on TikTok downing bottles of Tylenol to be like, it's fine. While they're pregnant. To be like, oh, F you, Trump. It's like, let's just say you're wrong.
Yeah,
you're pregnant. Don't be an idiot.
There's a 0.001% chance that baby's not going to be okay.
Stupid.
But I think there's so many bad parents out there. I saw this other video, and it was women with newborn babies, and it said, "Would you kill for your child?" And it goes through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 women saying, "Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know." I'm thinking, this is your child.
Right.
This is only natural. Yes, you should kill for your child.
This is Sparta!
This is your only thing.
Do whatever you can to protect your kid.
Absolutely. Yeah. But the fact that, are you laissez-faire about it? Or is it just like, it's not PC to say, yes, you would, but like, yeah, you better believe if you're like a parent who actually cares to have it, your children grow up, if you're not wanting to kill for them. But they're also the same parents who just have nothing to do with them anyway, and just sends them off and just has, whatever.
There's some
hang out.
It's better than not, but we used to call them Facebook parents or Facebook moms.
Mm-hmm.
Where on Facebook, they're like, oh, my kid. And then when you're around, they're like, shut up, stop running. Or maybe they're divorced like I am, and they're like, they just never have their kids.
Yeah.
And then when they do, they take like 1 million photos and they like plan out the photo shoots.
But
and you're like,
bad parenting has been around forever. But I saw something this weekend at the movie theater that I told Liv, I was like, I've never been so close to saying something to a random parent, because it was a really weird situation. I'm standing in line, and then in front of me there's like this maybe mid-70s-year-old woman like berating what seemed to be her 40-something-year-old daughter, like very loud, and was and then so they pulled her out of line and said, get back there, and you look at him when you talk, and this is like a 40-something-year-old woman is being talked to this way from her 7-year-old, I'm assuming, mother. I'm thinking, even back, like it's been around forever,
right?
But now I don't know that people would purposely take Tylenol back in the day to let's this middle finger to the president.
And and then what about? Are you doing middle finger to the president or to the Harvard study? Like
it feels void. It feels like what do you have to gain?
So yeah, because you hate. Let's say it was the opposite party. You hate a party so much that you're going to, like you said, maybe risk your child to do a TikTok video.
Yeah,
we live in a messed up time.
We do, and
it's entertaining though. I keep watching them. I'm like, it's a pretty good one.
It's hard to look away from. Yeah. Well, no, I think it's a weird time we're all living in, but we're all in this together. We need to stop we need to cool things down a bit. Yeah. Watch more House of Guinness and less Wayward.
Wayward. Just Google. The Wayward has an agenda, and it's like slapping you in the. Well, at first we're just confused when I'm watching it because. It looks like a lesbian couple, and once a sheriff's deputy new to this area, or a deputy, and everyone on the force is like, "Hello, sir. How are you, sir?" And I'm like, "It looks like Ellen DeGeneres, but younger."
Yeah,
and it's clearly a woman.
And it seemed hyper scripted in that because if a new person came into town,
you wouldn't be like, you wouldn't guess.
You wouldn't assume that. I mean, it's one thing if you get told that, it's like, okay, I'll say that, but. It's nothing like everyone just assumes it, and this is like small town USA.
Right.
This is not Manhattan or Los Angeles where people are like even aware of a lot of this going on.
Right.
But so they just totally ran with it, and it's like, oh, this is fabricated. And then you told me something interesting about that show.
The show Wayward. So then the person who is the star, she's a deputy. Well, then
Let's look her up.
But it's transgender. I think there's May. Oh, it's May something. I know for sure. I think it's May Martin or May something. But and then they do a scene, and I did say to my girlfriend, I was like, man, that is like the flattest woman I've ever seen in my life because of what she's wearing. But, some women are flat. Who cares? Yeah. But and then they show a scene without the woman's shirt on. Like, is that CGI? It has like a man's chest kind of looking thing. Come to find out, the actress is transgender, and that she's had, I didn't know this was a thing called, I knew people did it. I didn't know they called it top surgery.
Okay.
She had top surgery, and so they've kind of just taken this story, that her life experience, which is fine for anyone's life experiences, but then they like force it into the story that doesn't, so far what I've seen, has anything to do with the story.
Well, her plays Alex Dempsey, and she's May Martin.
May Martin.
Now, the interesting part was what you told me about.
She wrote it and she directed it. Yeah,
she wrote it and directed it.
And made herself the star, and it's really about her whole life.
Okay,
that's like me.
That's a big taboo. That's called a vanity project. Yeah,
I got you.
That's a big taboo. In fact, I was just talking to Kevin out there about this earlier. Like, it's one thing you produce a film. It's another thing you produce a film that you're like, I'm acting in it too and directing it. And I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna check out her credits to see because I've never heard of this person. Never heard of her either.
Before. And they said she's like a stand-up comedian in Canada. Nothing against her. I just thought it's like kind of like I'm Mormon and I don't drink and blah 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 blah. And then like I make this story of a guy that like works in a strip club, and then like for no reason I'm like, he's Mormon, he doesn't drink. It's like, what does it have to do with any of the story?
Okay, she's not been executive producer in anything before this. She was in a few episodes of The Flight Attendant. She was did hardly anything. And then
how did she get
exactly
right?
Directing and acting. That's what pisses people off. It's like you have a credibility factor and a you have to go through these barriers to make it, to have the product come out the way you want it to, and to throw people into the limelight. It could feel that. It felt like you don't know. This doesn't feel like actually quality directing. The story is very flat. Mm-hmm. The acting is very forced. No, not Tony. She's great, but like everything else feels very, very bizarre.
Some of the dialogue is like no one would say that.
No one would say that. And if she's a writer, director, executive producer, and lead star in it, that is the highest level of vanity project you can possibly do. If you're Tom Cruise, do it.
Or Sandler.
But May has not done shit.
Right.
And have that, again, who is her dad?
The line. Yes.
Who is, made this deal with Netflix? Because for me, that cheapens the real artists who have done things for 30 years and they have, 1,000 scripts they've written and they have millions miles of credibility, but then they're being lumped over. And that's what people are saying because it's a political thing. That's like where they want to make a transgender lady, man, be executive producer, director, writer. It's like, well, what about the good factor? You know what I mean? Like,
if it's good, it's good. If it's not, don't.
Well, and the thing is, it's not going to help us get all these views. It's so highly viewed, but it's like Jackson Pollock paintings. People keep telling you, this is a great painting. It's a great painting. This is a really great painting. It's really great. But then you come to find out, it's like, this whole thing was like a CIA op from like a long time ago to see if they could like sway people's minds and stuff. Because it's not really good art. It's faking good art.
And, right. And telling you it's good art.
Right. And
I
don't
think you like it.
The great paintings, the great pictures, throughout history, the great art. It's not forced because of who you know, or maybe your political decisions, or who team you're on, or whatever the case may be. It shouldn't be about that. Just like basketball, any profession shouldn't be about that. It should be about talent, ability.
Period.
And for me, it just felt anything but. Like it felt like a student film, and kind of found out it's because she has not done.
She doesn't have the experience with it.
As a flight attendant,
right? And it doesn't, and it has nothing to do with the content of it. It just, when you're watching, you're like, this seems something's off with this. As far as, like you said, it feels like it's really poorly written.
What would make Netflix take such a risk?
Don't know.
What would
There's got to be some sort of connection or.
Because it had production value, like meaning like you could see there's money on the screen. They're spending some money on this thing, but
they've got some actors you've seen. To
give the trust over to someone like that, and you talk about a tyrant, bro. You had the EP, director, writer, and lead actress. Good luck getting your way on anything. Good luck doing a take for you, take for me.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when to come out your trailer.
Yeah,
that'd be a nerve-wracking feeling.
Yeah, they got ultimate power, like total.
And plus, too, it's new. So someone like a Tom Cruise, he may be know how to handle that weight, because Matt Damon, these guys, they're not going to be tyrants because they've been in your situation. But you give someone absolute power on a set like that, dude, I bet that'd be a hellacious.
I think it's going to be either go one of two ways. Either they're just like really great and professional, or I don't think there's any middle ground, or they're a tyrant, and more. And I think it lends to being more of a tyrant, because you had.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
It's like what are you going to do? The Roman emperors, when they're made Roman emperor, when they're 12, 15, 18 years old, it's like
Joffrey of the houses Lannister and Baratheon.
Yeah, they're going to be crazy.
Yeah,
they're insane, and they have ultimate power and ultimate wealth. It's like, yeah, you kind of get what you get.
Yeah.
But then now the show's number one, so it's like, oh God, it's like.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't seem like. I think the premise is so interesting, but then it's kind of like, my girlfriend's a little bit further ahead. She's like, it's pretty good. It went from like, ooh, we really like it, to it's pretty good. But
she liked it from the outset.
We like the premise. I think the premise is good. That you have this wayward school that's mysterious, and wait, that girl used to go there. Now she's an adult and she's with this sheriff's deputy. But there's also like highs to lows. The premise was good. The execution wasn't good.
Yeah.
So that, I mean,
everyone can afford a stinker once in a while, but this is Spike Lee that did this movie.
Right. It's different.
This show, hey, we're gonna give you 8 hours of content.
Right.
You wrote it. It feels.
If somebody skipped the line somehow.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It feels like skip line-ish.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with some of that, but that is a huge swing, and I think it takes away a little credibility.
Yeah, no, I mean, because it's like, where's this coming from? Well, Matthew McConaughey, and we'll probably end on this, but Matthew McConaughey, he's doing a lot of interviews. I think he has a book out, and he's also in some show.
Prayers and Poems.
That's right.
Yeah, but listen, McConaughey, dude, he's my number one.
And he was talking about how somebody asked him about like nepotism, because his first role was in a movie with him, with Matthew McConaughey, of course.
His new Bus movie. Right?
And then he was in one. His first movie was with him like a year ago or whatever.
Okay.
Or some show that he's in. And he said, I said, I told my kids, like, I mean, by just nature, like, this is what I do. You're going to be around it. Yeah. He said, but I told them, I said, yeah, I mean, if I think you're right for something, I will. What he did, his son, he told his agent, the son came up to him and said, hey, Dad, I know you're gonna be this thing, and they're looking for somebody who's 17 years old, and I think I can nail this. And he goes, well, audition. And so he filmed it, whatever. And then Matthew McConaughey told his agent, send this to the director. So obviously they had a thing, but just put his first name. Don't put McConaughey on it. And they swear that that's what they did, and he got the role. Whether you believe that or not, I don't really believe it. But it's a good story, though.
Okay, so how did his son hear about this role they're booking?
I know. Right.
That's not common knowlge, bro.
And if it's a good director,
that's not in the newspapers. That's not online. Like, believe me, that stuff is highly confidential with their casting. And like, I have friends who pay exorbitant amount of money to have illegal access to see what is actually being put out.
Yeah.
And what actually roles are available, because so many you never see. You don't get to. I'm perfect for that role. You think you get a read for it? Like, no, dude. They have 10,000 people they're looking at. They're going to pick 50.
Right.
So just to get an audition.
And that's it if they haven't already picked. Yeah, but and also, like, I guess if it's a good director and you've already booked McConaughey for the you would maybe look at like who his family is. I don't know. But he says, I can open the door for you, but the rest is you. He said, I want them to have talent. And if there's not good, I said, you got to be ready for it.
Yeah.
He said, he did say this, I thought it was about nepotism that I haven't really considered. There's a big upside. Upside. And money and fame, depending on what it is, skipping lines. And he said, the downside is people say, the only reason you're you is because your parents. And you feel like, even if you are talented, well, your dad's Matthew McConaughey. So that is a fair thing. I would take the nepotism.
But they have higher level access. I think that's what makes people upset about. They have access. They have access to McConaughey's agent because the kid didn't have that agent because that agent is probably the #1 agent in the world.
Right.
And now you have a clear shot of just like, oh yeah, hey, this is the director. Dude, you beat out everyone.
And he did say that. He said, I helped him skip the line.
Now you're competing with 3 people.
Right.
That's it. And the other one of them's the executive producer's son.
And I'm sure he called the director called the agent. It's like, all right, who is this?
Yeah.
I won't tell him. It's a good story though. I like it was made for a good story.
I would say that if it wasn't McConaughey, I definitely wouldn't believe it. But McConaughey is one of those guys. He kind of says what he means and means what he says, and that's the whole thing. Is like,
I believe that's what he thinks happened.
And, and
that's all he can do is control that.
But
so.
if anyone's listening, McConaughey, I believe you, and I can't wait to work with you. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
You would have fun.
Oh,
you would have fun if you're looking to have fun, but also responsible fun because you're a father of 3, and
See,
like you get fun with Bo.
If nothing else, now we just skip the whole line of all the auditions.
I'll carry your bags, or whatever.
I'd do anything for you, Elroy.
I won't carry him. I'll hire somebody to carry him.
Who's the bigger movie star now? Leo, Brad Pitt, or McConaughey?
Movie?
Who's the biggest movie star right now? Right now, as of today, September 29th.
Of those people?
Yep.
Oh man, I say Tom Cruise, but you didn't say Tom Cruise.
No.
Brad Pitt, Leo, and McConaughey. I think currently, probably Brad Pitt because McConaughey.
Formula One.
Formula One, yeah. If you just go by like eyeballs,
maybe you're right.
I'm not saying actor. He's not a better actor than
DiCaprio
of the 3. Yeah, I think so. But DiCaprio picks good movies, but sometimes they don't do like great in the box office.
Same with McConaughey.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he did a lot of like independent, the mud. When he was coming out of the rom-com world, and he wanted to do things that were darker and heavier, and so I mean, he hit some stuff that was not highly grossing, but at the same time, they were so great movies. I've pretty much seen all of those films. I
like him in it's on the small screen. True Detective,
dude,
that's the best season.
That's the best season of a TV show in history.
Yeah, I can agree with that. For one season,
Heck, dude, I've never in my life seen a show. My brother turned me on to it. And I've watched it probably 4 times, start to finish.
And it's so good that it does make even like a Colin Farrell. The season was fine, but the expectations were through the roof after McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
And then you had season 3 with Mahershala Ali. That was the worst season.
Yeah.
And season 4, the new one with Jodie Foster. Really good.
It was way different than the other seasons.
Really good.
Way different.
Really
but it was entertaining. She's good.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's been there for a long time, though.
A long time.
She was a taxi driver.
She was like 14, right?
Yeah. And very, very...
Or 12. She was young.
I don't know. Deja looked that up, but she was definitely underage. And she was a
playing a prostitute.
But the 70s were different.
And she did play an underage prostitute. But it's like, is this what people want to see?
Dude.
Yeah.
They got away with a lot more back then than they do now.
I will say this. For the time I can see that movie, it's like, oh... I watched it recently.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't sucks.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold up.
Yeah. I know.
It's just like kind of like, huh?
It's one of those movies you have to say
It felt like it had more. I think if it was made now, they'd take advantage of some scenes that they could have like made. Yeah. They could have juiced up some more.
Well, I mean, I think it's one of those movies you have to say you like.
You have to say
because if you're like a film connoisseur, you can't not like Taxi Driver. But yeah, there's a lot of those films that you're like, oh, you don't like. Name a random 50s, 60s, 70s. Some 80 movies.
They're like, oh yeah, or you don't love Gone with the Wind just because it's supposed to be class, or whatever. And
but
you're like,
there weren't like great.
Are you watching that?
Banger movies in the 80s. So they went from like the 70s, where it's great, like original, and then the 80s, just there was nothing that was Academy level.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because I was like,
there's a few.
It became like that. It was like the blockbuster era.
Yes, exactly.
Like where movies were. You did a summer blockbuster.
Booming. Yes, it was, and then the 90s came the independent wave, and I feel like early 2000s were like this indie comedy thing happened from like early 2000s with the start with American Pie, I guess in 99, and then through like 2010. That whole era was just the funniest, best comedy movies of all time.
Oh yeah, a lot of like Anchorman and different things.
We could name every movie.
Well, and then I think then it's kind of after that, after 2010 on, it's like Marvel.
Yep.
I mean, that's what dominates.
Yep. I'd agree. And now we're in TV.
Boy, everybody loves my show.
Now I don't
TV's
know
amazing.
what we'd be calling this, but this is definitely like a TV era that we're in, which I'm great with because
I
we have amazing shows to watch. House of Guinness, number 1. Black Rabbit, be number 2.
And Wayward for you.
And Wayward would not be on the list.
But those are 2 great ones to watch.
Also shows what not to watch. I'd rather, yeah.
If you want to look for Apple, I'm telling you, I promise you, Platonic, watch it. You would love it.
I didn't like it. I watched 2 episodes of it.
You like it? You didn't like it? What about your wife? There's no way she didn't like it.
Didn't like it.
I'm calling her after the show.
You can.
All right.
Like it.
Another episode of Opposites Distract. Make sure I don't believe you. Make sure you subscribe and then follow us on all social media. And thanks so much.
Thank you.
No, for real.
Thank you. Really. It means a lot to us.